Hello, I'm Joss Peach.
And I'm Poppy Peach.
And we are two first-class idiots with an unhealthy obsession with cabbage.
And this is the Cabbage Chronicles.
What's that coming over the hill? Is it the cabbage? Is it the cabbage? What's that coming over the hill? Oh, you just got cabbage, motherfucker!
Hello!
Hello! Welcome back to the Cabbage Chronicles with me, Poppy Peach.
And me, Joss Peach.
We are two pillocks, and today we are talking it's true.
Yeah.
And so, I think we just proved
We are two pillocks, and today we are talking.
We are
Yes,
talking.
yes, that's all you need to know.
That is all you need to know.
Well, I suppose we could say what we're talking about.
We could do. So we are talking about, if you don't know already, we do cabbage pranks.
Well, of course I know. They're listening to the Cabbage Chronicles podcast.
Yeah, but if you're just listening to this episode, go back and listen to the origin episode, because then you will understand.
Yes.
You know?
We have had
Yeah.
a 2+ years running
Yeah.
cabbage prank battle.
Yeah.
And today we thought it might be quite good to discuss some of the pranks that I've done in and around Poppy's bedroom.
Yes. Which also joyously include 2 fails, which it doesn't happen that often. Fails.
No.
Especially satisfying fails. Most fails are just, it was a bit shit and it didn't get a point. Whereas these were wonderful fails, weren't they?
Sometimes one of us will prank the other one and you look at it and go, well, it's not really a prank.
Yeah.
It's just there is some cabbage there.
Yeah.
So as we've gone on, we've got a little bit more discerning.
We've got a bit more strict.
And we say, look, if it doesn't feel like a prank really properly, then it's a fail.
Yeah. But these absolutely would have been pranks had they worked.
How they were.
Cabbage! So, do you want to describe the vision?
Okay. I have a vision for a world in which I absolutely molest the living bejesus out of you with cabbage and win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the vision.
Yeah. No, I mean the vision for the pranks before the
Oh,
fails.
yes. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to start with the fails?
Yeah.
Okay. Fail number 1. Mm-hmm. Both of these fails involved glue.
You like your glue, don't you?
I love me glue. They both involved glue and me getting overexcited. So Poppy used to have a raised bed with a ladder that went up the side, and on a number of the rungs I superglued some thin little bits and bobs of cabbage.
Yeah, it was just sort of ripped up cabbage leaves, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was carefully sliced, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, bits of cabbage, and I superglued it on, and I thought, oh, brilliant, there's no way this will come off. And every time she climbs up that ladder, she will have to tread on horrible lumpy cabbage. And so I then kind of went downstairs once I'd done this and kind of gave you the eyes and was like, ooh, something in your room, ooh. At which point you whooshed up there, it hadn't quite dried, you scraped it off, and that was that.
Oh,
Fail.
That was so satisfying. But the next fail was even more satisfying, because that one did still leave a bit of sort of super gluey scunge on my ladder. Also, I think you did get a point for that.
Oh, brilliant. Hey, yay for me.
Which you shouldn't have.
Sounds like a
but I think you did.
and well-deserved point to me. It does.
But yeah, the next one is wonderful.
It was a properly backfiring fail.
Yeah.
So, yes, for this one, I had specially ordered a massive A2 vinyl cabbage kind of poster, basically. And then, using Tipp-Ex, I had drawn a big face on it.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was saying.
I think it said cabbage, it be so much fun.
Oh, yes. Yes.
and with loads of O's on the "so."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just like really badly drawn because it was quite a decent poster.
Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful poster.
Well,
Yeah.
as it was as good as a cabbage poster's gonna get.
Yes.
Um,
That we can agree on.
yes.
And so I'd got this all ready, and then when I knew that you were going to be out for a good few hours,
Yeah.
I got that no more nails sort of stuff that you get in a big tube that you squirt out with a gun, and I put loads of this stuff on the door, and I made sure it was a really, really good covering. And I got the poster on, and it was like, oh man, this is going to be one of those things where you wouldn't even really be able to chip it off, really. It would just be solid glue and vinyl, and this is going to be amazing. You will never, ever get rid of it. What I really needed to do was to kind of leave it at least overnight.
Yeah, I think it's
set.
6 hours minimum,
Yeah.
but
and
overnight is ideal.
and I think it was probably 3 or 4 hours. And
Yeah.
I sort of went and roughly tested it and thought, yeah, that looks pretty dry. So I think when you came home, I gave you the eyes and was like,
Yeah.
ooh, something in the bedroom, ooh. And you went up and saw it and you were like, oh my God, oh no. And then you immediately got your thumbnail under the corner. And because it wasn't really dry, pulled this entire thing off, revealing just a mass of white glue all over the door, which hadn't dried, which essentially I then had to clean off very meticulously with a cloth, and it was horrible. It would just kind of got stuck in everything.
I kept just popping upstairs to come and watch you.
Yeah, to encourage me.
Yeah, and take the odd photo.
Yeah, and take the odd bit of piss.
Yeah.
So that one I did not get a point for, and it completely backfired.
Oh, and it was so satisfying. I was fully prepared to be there with my nails for a very long time, picking away at it. But I got both the corners and it just came off in one fell swoop. And it was so satisfying just to see your face just completely. You looked like a 10-year-old who'd got a puppy for their birthday and someone had just kicked it in the head. It's just, it was so good.
It was a sad, sad day.
Cabbage! But now, I think it's time you heard some success stories.
Yes.
Not in my case, because it's my bedroom.
Yes.
But,
yeah, the bedroom is, it's a rich hunting ground, shall we say.
Yeah. One time I was in it. I was asleep.
Oh, that's true, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But before we get onto that, let's talk about more door signage. One thing that I will say about myself is that I can be persistent. And I was like, right, if the little shit has managed to peel off that thing, let's try again. And I managed to find a small plastic plaque which had "Keep Calm and Love Cabbage" written on it. And this time I was not mucking about.
No, you weren't.
So I screwed it onto your door.
Yep.
I drilled the heads of the screws out so that they couldn't be unscrewed, and then I put super glue over the screw heads.
Yeah.
And let it dry this time. So I did get a point for that one. But what I didn't realise is how much you would actually like it.
Yeah.
Because when you saw it, you were like, oh, well, you get a point, but I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely worthy of a point, because by now I would have liked to have taken it off. You know?
Right.
Had you not superglued the screw heads, I would have unscrewed it by now. I would have kept it up for a couple of months or something, but
maybe not 2 years.
Yeah, especially after I redecorated my room, that wouldn't have been staying. But I was glad because it was quite small.
It's about maybe 5 by 10 centimetres, so it's not huge.
Yeah.
But I feel that you have taken that message to heart, because I think you are quite calm.
Yeah.
And you do love cabbage.
Yeah.
Or at least cabbaging.
Yeah, so, you know, that is the power of affirmations for you. If you see something every day, it will sink in.
Nice.
So,
also in your room, this was a Christmas one, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a recent one, this one.
Where Poppy has a chest of drawers, which didn't have any knobs on the drawers.
No.
So I thought, oh, I've got a great idea. Why don't I screw Brussels sprouts onto all of the front of the drawers to make little sprouty handles?
Yeah.
Which actually looked rather magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, they did go a bit mouldy after a while, and there is one screw that you knackered the head off, which I managed to get the sprout off, but the screw is still there. So that is slightly annoying, but I quite liked it at first, because I haven't had handles on that chest of drawers for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's a bit fiddly to open all of them. You've sort of got to get the edge. So for the sort of few weeks before they went all yucky, it was actually quite useful. I mean, arguably, did it deserve a point? Because I quite liked it. But again, this is the debate, because I was quite happy to give you a point for that, even though it wasn't annoying, because I could see it as a good cabbaging.
Yes. Sometimes it's like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, often that's the case. It's like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creative, that's clever, and it is a prank, even if I'm not annoyed by it.
Yeah. Because also I think like in the early days that would have annoyed me.
Yes.
But now, I think because it's become so much part of our life, it's actually a lot of it is quite enjoyable, even if it is slightly annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the sprouts have kind of given you a Buddhist teaching in a way.
Oh, have they now? What's that?
Well, they're a reminder of impermanence.
Oh.
They're basically saying that, very much in the way that our brief lives flicker by like bubbles on a stream. Also, life flicks by like rotting sprouts on the front of your chest of drawers.
He has genuinely lived in a Buddhist community as well, and goes on a Buddhist retreat every year. You wouldn't call yourself a sort of proper Buddhist. You're not really practicing it. But he genuinely does, like, you have your moments where you're quite serious and genuinely come out with sort of Buddhist insights.
Yeah.
And that was pure drivel.
Oh.
Comparing life to rotting sprouts on a chest of drawers.
I think you should go and meditate on that.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Oh, should I?
You might learn a thing or two about life, my girl.
Cabbage! Alright, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes. What else did I do in your room?
Next one is...
Oh, yeah. I ordered a beautiful cabbage blanket.
Yeah.
A cabbage leaf blanket, like one massive leaf.
Yeah.
And Poppy is not someone who springs out of bed early in the morning ready to start the day.
No, or someone who's easy to be woken up. I will generally sleep through pretty much anything that's not sort of physically getting poked.
Yes. And I used this to my advantage to go and wrap my darling little princess
piss off
up in this remarkable cabbage blanket.
Yeah.
And I took such a sweet photo, which we will be posting.
We will.
And it just looked amazing. And then
it did. I mean, even I have to admit, it was quite a good photo. Because I sort of sleep on my side and quite curled up. And the blanket wasn't the full length of my body, but it's about the size of my body if I'm curled up.
Yeah.
So it fit my shape quite nicely, and it did look like I was sort of asleep in the cabbage.
Yeah.
Rather than a cabbage had just been plonked on me while I was asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You looked like you were just in the sweetest of cabbagey dreams.
Yeah.
And when I then woke you up, you were so confused. And you were like, what? And then
this is not exaggerating as well. That is what I'm like in the morning.
Yeah. And then you saw that it was a cabbage blanket, and then you were just like, oh, and your head crashed back onto the pillow, and you were like, oh god. So that was certainly a very pleasing image.
Yeah. I mean, any prank first thing in the morning will be up in my annoyance levels a lot more than anything at any other time in the day.
Yeah.
Even like the middle of the night, I think I would be better than first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that first sort of half an hour to an hour, your
I'm so useless.
yeah, your sense of humour is not fully engaged.
It is not. Cabbage.
And I think the final prank that I did in your bedroom that I can remember right now was, so I should tell you that Poppy has got a much beloved plant display on her window ledge. I mean, we're talking maybe 10 to 20 little plants, but beautifully created with a lot of love, going and spraying them and misting them, and some of them are cacti and some of them are different. And there's a lot of love that goes into that display. So I thought, what would be better than when you're out to steal all of them and instead put in place about 4 pots with some skanky compost from the compost heap, and some sprouts on sticks growing out of them. And I would say that was one of the most unsettled I've seen you by any cabbaging.
Yeah, because my first thought was, he has not understood how much money I have put into these plants, because houseplants are not cheap. And also just how much I like them and how much work they take to just keep them alive. And my first thought was, he has fucking destroyed all of my plants. That is what I thought. I didn't think you'd hidden them. I thought you'd like taken a sledgehammer to them and just mullered all of them. That was absolutely my first thought. Even like, and I just saw these sprouts on my windowsill. I had no reason to think my plants weren't just somewhere else. That was why I was so like,
my babies. Yeah, and then of course I had kept them safely under a bed in
and I returned them all. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you had scraped some of the leaves of one on another cactus, and all the leaves died and fell off.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is news to me.
But it didn't like that.
So that plant died?
No, it didn't die, but it did die. Like a couple of the stems died off, and I've had to like cut loads off and like propagate different bits to keep it going. But
so perhaps there's another spiritual teaching here.
Oh really?
That which does not kill us makes us stronger.
Cabbage.
I think that more or less wraps up stuff I've done to your bedroom.
Yes, I think it does.
There will be another episode with stuff that Poppy has done to my bedroom.
Yeah, which isn't as much, but there was a good whopper, wasn't there?
There was a good whopper, and there have been a few. When you stop and think about it, there's been a few.
And there is one you haven't discovered.
Oh.
So you got that waiting for you.
That I currently haven't discovered?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cliffhanger or what?
Yeah. Should we do another cliffhanger like in the first episode?
Oh, yeah. What should we have in this cliffhanger?
Okay.
I think perhaps the cliffhanger should involve you playing some high-speed banjo.
Right.
Followed by a drum roll.
Yep.
And a boing noise.
Yes. Well, there you go. There's today's cliffhanger. We are stretching the definition of cliffhanger, aren't we? Into a weird assortment of noises.
We're redefining the term.
We are. No one's going to know what cliffhanger even means after listening to our podcasts.
No.
They're just going to be confused.
They're going to be mind blown.
Yeah.
All right then.
No more minds for you. Bye-bye.
Bye.